Well, good afternoon. Here we are, the 21st of November. Hey, we got some sun peeping out. It was raining this morning, felt like snow, but hey, this is the island. We get different weather all day long, sort of thing. It's sort of cool. What's on today? Well, I see we have a mandatory mask policy in effect in British Columbia. No elected representative did this. An appointed health official has done this, and it's intriguing. It's based on science now. You know, the interesting thing about this is they flip-flopped on masks so damn much that I don't know if they're coming or going. I mean, these are supposed to be professional people, vested in health and in just sort of crazy. So you look at some parts of the States where they have major spikes. You look at England where they have major spikes. You look at Ontario and parts of Canada where we have major spikes. What's going on in those places? Mandatory masks. Mandatory masks. So if masks work so well, why is... Well, you figure. You go figure. Wonder if they're familiar with hypoxia. What is the most important element required for life? Well, it's oxygen. You've got to breathe. And if you're wearing a mask, depending what type of mask you're wearing, most of them are sort of goofy. They don't do anything anyway. You see guys with big beards, mask. Trill's got a beard, mask. When I worked in dangerous places, you could not have facial hair and wear a mask. You don't get a tight seal. I don't care what the hell Trudeau says. I see him coming down now. He's back at coming off his front porch and coming to the bottom of his steps and making announcements. And it's all scientific. It's all about saving the economy. Shit, he's wrecked the economy. Him and a lot of other leaders have wrecked the economy. They're come through with all these lame-brained ideas. Shit, some of his ministers can't manage their own portfolios. There's millions of dollars they can't account for on contracts. Well, maybe it's like the wee scandal. Maybe they're gone to family and friends. Who knows? Because we have these clowns who are pretending they're running the country. Well, they're running it into the damn ground. And we can see beyond what they're doing. These people are taking orders from somebody else. And that is, they are not leaders. Not leaders. I see Oregon has a deal out where if you have more than 6 people in your home, you get 30 days in jail. Think about that. How brilliant are these assholes? Think about that. You had people in Portland looting, burning, beating people up, doing all sorts of shit. Who got 30 days in jail? They turned the other way, called the police off. And now if somebody has more than 6 people in their home, they're going to jail for 30 days? Give me a break. When are people going to stand up and say, go fuck off, you idiots? Because that's what they are, idiots. It makes no sense. It's not based on any science. It's just, oh, let's do this today. Oh, no, let's pull this one down, do this today. Hey, John, oh, great, let's do this today. It's crazy. The thing that we have a lot of science for, these fools, people's immune systems. People's immune systems. Now, there's plenty of science if they want to look at it. There's been plenty of research in the last 10 months on vitamin D3. Do you see one of these clowns saying, take vitamin D3? Make sure your vitamin C is up. Make sure your nutritional levels are good. Make sure you are getting your rest. Make sure you're not stressing yourself out. It looks like I'm stressed out, but I'm just sort of pissed off temporarily. I don't get stressed out over this, but They tell people to stay home or put you in jail for 30 days. Don't. It doesn't make any sense. Now, who would do that? Who would do that? Think about that. And here's the problem. Most people out there are just going along with this. They're not thinking. They have left their mind in a closet and they're letting people make all these crazy decisions for them that make no sense. There is no logic to it. Now, if somebody comes out, if a medical person comes out and says, hey, this is wrong, what do? They try to destroy him. Why? It's much like the clowns in the States right now with their election. You know, every time I hear a report from CNN, it just sort of really justifies, really makes me, really puts another tick in the box why I just canceled CNN out altogether. Because why? They're another example of idiots. I watched a news conference yesterday, probably you did too. If you didn't, I'll put some links in. With Giuliani, Sidney Powell, another brilliant young woman, and a couple of other lawyers laying out what they're doing. And some reporter who was there said it's so banana, we are not even going to present this to you. What is this? Jack in the Box's sister? Was this Zuckerberg's sister? Cousin? Come on. We have idiots making decisions for the rest of us. And we're standing for that. And I'm talking to... There's banking executives going along with this bullshit. And they're supposed to be experts. There's nothing here, nothing to see here, there's nothing going on here. It's like the damn reporters from CNN who were standing on a street. This is mainly a peaceful protest with cars burning, buildings burning, shit falling all around them, and people screaming, running, and hollering, and this is peaceful. That's like, if you look at this whole scene right now that's going on and think it's okay, well, you're as crazy as that reporter. You know, it's sort of stupid. I think if people just would think, or maybe somebody out there has a reason why people don't think, but if we keep relying on other people to tell us what we can do. Now they're sort of hinting that they may cancel Christmas. Well, bugger off, that's all I can say, because if you let your government come in and tell you what you can do in your own house, what you can do with your own life to that extent, you do not have a government anymore. You have a psychopathic dictator. You have a psychopathic control freak who doesn't give a shit about the country or the people. It's about them. Here's what I'm doing, and you better listen. It's like listening to Coleman and de Blasio. You ever listen to those two? Just sort of, I don't know. But I think throughout all history, if people just kowtow to this kind of bullshit, we end up in bad places. We end up in bad places. I think people should start thinking for themselves. Or maybe this is the end game. Maybe we're already going over the cliff and we don't realize it. But it's sort of sick and it's sort of sad and it's sort of frustrating to see people just sort of go along with nonsense. Because some clown and some idiot in office or some appointed bureaucrat says this is based on science. And there's no science there at all. Think about that. So as always, I'll put a few links in the bottom if you've got an interest or an inclination to look at them. I know a lot of people do and a lot of people don't. And the people that don't are the ones that just carry on thinking everything's copacetic. This is a peaceful thing. There's no, that car burning is illusion. That building on fire, hey, that's your imagination. Nothing going on here. If you're canceling Christmas, well, shit, go see what Newsom does. Go see what Trudeau does. Go see what Pelosi does. They don't cancel fuck all. Are they wearing Are they wearing masks? Of course not. Are they going to wedding functions and all that? Of course they are. Well, they got it because it's a lobbyist. I mean, he pays for most of my campaign funds. It's his 50th birthday. So, hey, we're going to show up without masks, and we're going to be in tight quarters, and there's going to be a whole bunch of us. But, hey, we're healthy. We're not like you people out in the street. We can do this. You can't do this. You do what we say. It's like Schwab. Klaus Schwab. Another asshole. Think about it. You don't own anything. You don't own anything and you're going to be happy. Well, Schwab, are you giving up your gear? Cousin Gates, are you giving up all your shit? Prince Charlie, are you giving up all your free stuff that you have just make lots of money from? And we're paying, as Canadians, we're sort of paying to keep your ass in there. You giving up your crap? What about Jack in the Box? You gonna give this all up? Zuckerberg? What about Bezos? Is he gonna give up all his toys? The rest of us are supposed to. So this is the end game these guys have, and it doesn't make sense either. What makes less sense is that most people are just going along with it, nothing happening. You're just dreaming here. They're just too stupid to sort of pay attention to what's happening and to do some research on their own. They're just listening to the goofballs on CNN. They're listening to the goofballs on CTV, CBC, BBC, ABC, NBC, wherever. Sort of crazy. Sort of crazy. I guess that's where we're, as a society, have come, but doesn't have to be this way, folks. It doesn't have to be this way. Look in the mirror, adjust your collar, and say, hey, I'm a human being. I have some rights on this planet. I can make some decisions for myself. Is it riskier? Sure, because you could make a mistake. And so when you come back in the mirror, you don't want to make a mistake. What will people think? So you let other people make mistakes for you. Cancel your Thanksgiving, cancel your Christmas, don't go to your kid's birthday party, blah, 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 blah. All this sort of horseshit. And get tested. And I'll put that link on again. I'm not sure what date this was done with Dr. Roger Hodkinson about testing. And there's articles everywhere. If you're looking, you can see them. The data is there. 8 out of 10 tests are bogus. Think about that. How many people do you know have the influenza, a cold, or the flu right now? It's the season, right? Interesting. Well, they say, they're staying at home and not wearing masks has prevented that. I mean, people are bullshitting numbers to us all the time. So is there any reason why they wouldn't be throwing in the colds and the flu and the influenza into their Wuhan Waltz numbers? Of course not. I mean, if we trust people to do that, we sort of deserve what we get. I think we have to sort of really hold people's closer feet to the fire. And we don't have journalists anymore to do that. There's the odd maverick out there, but very, very few. So if it's to be, it's up to you. If it's to be, it's up to me. We've got to look after ourselves and make our own decisions. We can sort of just get in line, put our foot in the anklet, let them lock it in, and we all march in step to what some goofball is telling us. That makes no sense. It's not based on any scientific matter. It's based on some idea they pulled down because they don't know what the hell, and we're following along. But anyway, I'll put a link into Hypoxia as well. You might find that interesting. Take care. See you tomorrow.